Let's see if anybody comes on. Tired. Ugh, my hair just will not behave in the way that I want it to. Anybody home? Maybe I'm too tired for this, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Not this. Not this. Where's my light? Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. Ooh. Hi, Queen. Hello. Yay, I'm actually home and can tune in. I'm actually in the shower at the moment. Haha. I watch so much stuff in the bath and in the shower. So, you know, honored to be a part of the club. I basically am always watching stuff. I don't know that there's like pretty much well, no, when I work I don't watch stuff, but even then, movies in my mind, you know what I mean? It's been so long since I've been on here, I feel like. And I honestly am like, I need to like make people, I don't know, I just feel like I need to get on here and talk to people, and you know, I know people are impatient for certain things, and so I wanted to see if I could tide them over by just chatting, answering questions about really anything, but I know, you know, I am aware that Bridgerton is my most popular thing, so if anybody has Bridgerton questions, or really any questions of me, any other movies, TV shows, or anything at all, life related, doesn't even have to be a movie or TV show related, anything they want me to talk about, or they want to ask about, let me know, because I do want to give you a little bit of content, because I feel like I haven't in a long time, and it will take longer for me to get like more produced videos out as of right now, and I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I owe it to you guys. You guys are patiently waiting for content, which I so appreciate, but I just wanted to get on here and see if there's anything I can do to help the craving. Okay, this is a new computer. How the hell do I get it to stop turning off? Is the question, because I would like it to not do that. Let me look that up. 1 second. Please hold. Actually, well, hold on. I'm gonna put you over. Where am I gonna put you? I'm gonna put you to the side. 1 second. Oh, you might fall over. 1 second. Not you. Don't just ignore whatever's you're seeing. But my computer broke. And so I tried to get the other one fixed, and I'm still trying to get data from it, because good lord, is there a lot of work on there. So I would really, really, really I really need I really need it back. Slightly dim the display and battery. Not me sounding like I sound like a where is it? I don't understand. Refresh rate. automatically adjust. Oh, there we go. I got it! Period. I literally sound like a grandparent. I'm like, how does this thing work? Hello, testing. Anybody? Okay, let's see if that works. I think it will. Great to be able to watch your live. You're the best YouTuber. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're watching. Ask away. Ask whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Free space. Hair routine when? Well, so right now, if you can believe it, this is just from sleeping in braids. I just slept in 2 braids last night. So I knew that I was going to be filming today, which I did just film a reaction to Simone Ashley's new film, Picture This, as well as a film review for one of the things that I saw at South by Southwest. And I knew that I kind of wanted beach waves type vibe. So I just braided my hair overnight, but you can, I mean, it's not perfect. But if anybody's interested in a hair tutorial, I would gladly give one. The thing is that this is not how my hair actually looks naturally. But, you know, it'd be like that. I just started PLL. Have you watched it? Yes. I watched Pretty Little Liars when I was in middle school and high school. I don't think I ever finished it. I think I watched the finale, but by the end of it, I kind of was in and out of it, because I just didn't really keep up with it by the time the show was like actually ending. But yeah, I was obsessed with Pretty Little Liars for a while. I feel like I probably liked oh, well, if you just started, I don't want to say anything. Never mind. Have you watched the original miniseries from the 80s of Anne of Green Gables? No, I have not. I've been bad about watching stuff. Like, I can't, other than when I went to South by and I watched a bunch of stuff, I really haven't been watching anything other than, oh my god, I thought I fixed it. Life is so hard. I haven't really been watching anything new, because I just haven't had time, because I've been school, job applications, interviews, things like that, working for my university magazine, and trying to do this. So I've been very busy. I'm exhausted. But it's been good. But I just haven't had time. I really want to watch Adolescence, because I keep hearing that that's really good. I watched Severance. I'm watching things that are weekly, like Severance and White Lotus, of course, but other than Bachelor and Traitors when it was still on, but it finished. And I did watch Love Is Blind. Oh, okay, well, I guess I haven't watched it, but to me, it doesn't feel like a lot. But I haven't watched a lot of, like, fiction. It doesn't seem like there are many new shows. I watched, like, an episode or so of Apple Cider Vinegar, but didn't continue that. But we'll see. Love your stuff, Sammy. I was wondering how you answer the Colin haters that are so angry and hateful to Colin, aka Luke. It's so annoying that they are so unimaginative. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. There's a lot of hate for him for seemingly kind of no reason other than they just don't like him, which I don't. If that's the case, then I just say that. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, if you don't have to like everybody equally, you don't have to find everybody equally attractive, but, like, you can be an Antony or a Benedict girly without, like, hating Colin. So the hate for him feels very, like, weird and forced to me. I guess I could kind of understand if some people found him boring. I guess that argument could be made, but it just takes a little bit more attention to be paid to realize that he's not boring. And he might not be your cup of tea. This thing is so annoying. He might not be your cup of tea. He might not be, like, your favorite. But, yeah, there's some weird, like, I don't know what Colin has ever done. I feel like there's actually more valid reasons probably to hate Antony as a character than there is to hate Colin. As far as, like, as a person. And I do think that the Luke Newton, yeah, it's weird. People are so weird. People are so weird. I really don't understand. And I also find it very strange because, like, I just think, again, you can have a type, you can find someone, personal attraction is, you know, subjective, up to each person. But, like, to try and dunk on him and say he's ugly or something is just crazy to me, because I'm like, he can not be your type. You can find him not attractive personally. You can prefer Benedict or Antony, but, like, it's just not, like, true. It's just not rooted in reality. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Like, that's an objectively attractive man. Like, it just is so weird to me that people try and push that narrative. Honestly, that they try and push that narrative of literally anybody on Bridgerton, because it's like, anybody on Bridgerton, entry-level requirement is extreme attractiveness. So, I don't know what you're trying to say. I also think he's always looked the same. People are weird about, like, he got plastics. No, he literally didn't. He literally didn't. Like, it's so bizarre. I don't know what all that is about. But, yeah, I think, like, people not liking their relationship, I don't know. There is something to be said for, like, some people might just like things a little bit more toxic, but I could make an argument that Colin can be seen as toxic, too. I think there's some kind of toxic elements of them, and I love that. So, I don't really know. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what he's done. And I feel like Luke Newton is just as, if not more, kind of normal and non-offensive than any of the people on the show. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's probably jealousy. That's a lot of the, like, obsession and hatred for celebrities comes from some sort of jealousy. That's why, like, when you see people, and I'm not talking just about this, but, like, in general, when you see people hating on, like, actors' girlfriends or boyfriends, it's literally because they're jealous. Okay. And they may find other reasons to be like, they're a bad person. Okay, you literally don't know them, number one. So, weird. But, it's jealousy. That's it. And when I was younger, like, I used to have a rational hate towards certain, like, celebrities or certain situations or whatever, and I really had to interrogate that, and I was like, once I realized it was dumb and stupid and jealousy, I was like, okay. And internalized misogyny, let's not forget. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a think piece on that. Why do people hate Colin? Why does he rub people the wrong way so bad? Because he's just, like, a nice boy. Come on. You're so gorgeous, sending love. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you. It's good to hear. Anybody, y'all tell me here, I need to take a poll. Because one of the things that has been interesting about starting this channel is, like, people who say, they're like, oh, you look like this person. Anybody think I look like anybody? I love taking, like, account of that. It's so bizarre to see how I'm perceived. Someone did tell me I look like Gypsy Rose Blanchard once, and that did, that stopped me in my tracks, I'll say that. But every other comparison, you look like this person has been very nice. But I always like to hear people's opinions and thoughts. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice, because there are times when I start thinking, I'm not feeling too good about myself. And then y'all are nice, so thank you. And then I get, like, insecure because I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't even be on camera. I shouldn't be making content where I'm on camera, because I'm just don't look as good. Did you watch You? Yes. Except, what's funny is, I think the first video ever posted on this channel, or one of the first, is a You reaction. And I was reacting to it, like, for the channel. Although there wasn't really a channel at that point, but, I mean, I was, in my mind, posting for the channel. And I didn't finish this latest season, because I had been waiting to react to it on camera. So, should I do this next season? I don't know. I need to finish the season. I'm actually Team Theo and the Buccaneers, and I feel so lonely because everyone prefers Guy, but I just feel so much more chemistry between Nan and Theo. The wardrobe scene literally takes my breath away. You know, Alicia, I hope that's the right way to say your name. I so agree. And I start to feel crazy too, because I'm like, I get it. Guy is that guy. Okay? They do have chemistry. They are that ship. Like, I get it. But why aren't we talking about Theo? I don't understand. I don't understand. Are we not seeing the same chemistry? Are we not seeing the conflict here? Like, I'm sorry, this is a proper love triangle, because I'm conflicted. I don't know who to choose. I don't know who's better. Come on now. Oh, so good. I can't wait for that to come back. And I also think it's partially because they're together in real life, right? Like, it just gives, love that. I don't understand the online hate. I think the Bridgerton brothers and sisters are some of the hottest casting we've ever seen. Well, yes. That's just objective truth and fact. Like, it's literally weird to try and pretend otherwise. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it just is. Why do people run hate accounts? It's seriously weird. I know, they're truly, like, people need to figure that out. They need to, like, get help. And I'm serious. They need to, like, work on themselves. They need to... Something is wrong. And I come from a place of, like, love, because I know, because I used to be like, I hate this person, and then I was like, that's fucking weird. And now even more so, like, with perspective and being on the other side of it a little bit, I'm like, whew, weird. Weird. Some issues. Just joining. Colin relationship analysis, question mark. I know, guys. I know. I'm so sorry. I know. One, it's taken forever because, again, school, now I'm getting jobs, now I'm working for the magazine, I'm really busy, not to mention just human things, like, and then I had health stuff, so it's been really hard. To be honest with you, I need to get re-inspired. Which, because the only way that I'm going to make a good video is if I'm, like, in my obsession bag, and I haven't watched it in a while, and I haven't thought too much about it. I need to get I'm always thinking about it. Don't mistake me. But, like, I need to get really in the pocket again. I'm wondering how to do that. Maybe I need to start a rewatch. Maybe I need to do something to reignite the passion so that I can make the best video. But I do want to get that to you soon. And I do have a great portion of it written. Like, a large majority of it is, like, written, or at least I've taken notes for every scene in, I think, most of the episodes. I think there's maybe 2 episodes that I don't have, like, full notes for. So, any suggestions on how to get that? I don't know. I need to get back in it, but the only way, like, the last time I would be so candid, like, the last time I tried to sit down and write for it, it just was not working. I didn't want to do it. It was, like, a pain. It was a chore for me. Therefore, the writing wasn't good. Therefore, like, it was just, like, sluggish. It was just, like, ugh. Like, nothing was coming to me. I wasn't in a groove. It wasn't, like, working. And so you need to be, like, in the inspirational, creative pocket for it to be the best that it can be. So I kind of need to... I think I might rewatch people's reactions, because that might get me feeling away. I think that might be what I'll do. Newts is a cutie and naughty, lol, but as someone closer to Jonathan's age, he is absolutely fire tee. Well, yes. Jonathan Bailey, I think, is the most attractive man I've ever seen in my life. And just for me personally, for me, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what to say. And he's very talented and seems lovely, which is important to know. Do you think maybe it's because people expected more from Colin's storyline and it felt rushed, so they didn't have time to appreciate Colin? Maybe. That's an interesting quandary. That might be a video to do. Like, why is it? And is that a part of it? And I know people do feel like their storyline was rushed. I just don't. I just disagree with that. But I guess if you're not looking into it as much as I am, maybe to the general public it can seem that way. Luke is the perfect Colin. I would absolutely agree. I think every casting person is just perfect. Like, Johnny is Anthony. Luke is Benedict. Luke is Colin. You know, like, that. It's just, ugh. How you been? Good to see you. Thank you. I've been busy, is the truth. Oh, and I got sick after South by. Like, I got violently ill with norovirus, with the stomach virus, which was not fun. But other than that, I'm getting back on my feet. I'm trying to really make some stuff. You look like the one and only Sammy Bates. I don't know if you look like anyone, but you look pretty. Thank you. You're stunning. Thank you. I'm worried for Severance as I don't want it to go the lost route and lose the plot. I don't think it will. I do think that they have a plan. And I do need to make 2 more Severance videos because one of them, I'm starting to get like very intrigued by, I'm watching all the Severance finale reactions. I won't spoil anything, but the like cliffhanger at the end, I'm starting to watch reactions to it, and the way that people are reacting has been very surprising to me and has really perplexed me and has been different from me. So it's a similar type of thing to when I saw like people talking about Violet online. Sometimes I see like a discourse and I just get very like interested in it. I'm like, oh, I need to talk about this. I need to make a video, that type of thing. So I'm feeling that kind of inspiration from that because I want to talk about why are people reacting like this? What's, you know, let's explore that. Let's dig into that. But I think they do have something in mind. And I loved the finale so much. I felt like any doubts that I had about season 2 were just like totally fixed by that. Another Team Theo period. Have you seen the Snow White remake? No. No. And I don't think I will be, unless maybe for comedy content. I recently watched your Violet analysis. It's really well done, and I'm wondering if the Antony analysis you said you had planned is still happening, as I'm looking forward to it. Love Bridgerton videos. Yes, I mean, that Antony, there are multiple Antony. I can't even tell you, the backlog of Bridgerton videos that I have is so crazy, okay? And they're happening. They're all coming. It's just a matter of when, and some of them take longer than others, because I still need to finish the Yap sessions, number 1. Then I need to do Paul and relationship analysis. I need to do stuff preparing for season 4. I need to do retrospective stuff on season 2. But yes, the Antony analysis and Antony and Violet analysis is certainly coming up. I would like to kind of finish out my main season 3 ones before I do that, but we'll see. How can we help boost your profile so you get to go to the Bridgerton's launch? You put so much work into your content. Dude, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like how some of these things work. And I mean, I've reached out to some people, mostly just, you know, like asking about interviewing some of the cast or whatever. Some of them seem like, okay, maybe in the future. Some of them have been like, no, which is fine. But yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm just hoping by the time season 4 rolls around, like, I'm making enough content about it that there's just an awareness of it. Because I feel like, didn't other people get invited to the premiere, get invited to, you know, interview them just based off of content that they made online? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe rewatch and release Paul analysis on the 1-year anniversary of part 1 in May. Ooh. Oh my god. That'll be the 1-year anniversary of part 1? Oh my god. That is so crazy. No way. That's crazy. How about rewatch Pride and Prejudice to reignite? I mean, period. Come on. I bought tickets because it's the 20-year anniversary of that and they're re-airing it in theaters, and I did buy my tickets, you best believe. Sam, I think we all want a hair tutorial. I mean, come on. I'm so flattered. I would give you one. But I wonder about what that would look like. Like, would I like wash my hair and then show you how I straighten it and then how I do curl? Like, I'm like, it's so funny. I have naturally very curly hair. So then I straighten it and then I curl it again to make it like loose curls. I did not like the finale at first, but then I sat with it and it's setting season 3 for an insane season. Yes, it is. I loved the finale immediately. Take your time on the analysis. We have a 1.5 years to go before next season. Thank you so much. I love to hear that, because that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm like, we do have time. I can, you know, try and spread it out a little bit, because we still have waiting time until next season. Imagine Sammy interviewing Benedict and Sophie on the red carpet. Come on now. me, Yaren, and Luke, a trio from heaven. Here's the thing. Me or anybody else, but it's like, I care. I think about these characters, you know what I mean? Like, I analyze them. Like, I would love to just talk to the cast about them and, like, the intricacies of the relationship dynamics and their acting choices. And there's just so much that I think about and that I wonder about, that I love to ask about, that I think nobody else asks about. There's so many, I still have another video on this, but, like, mainstream media and press coverage is so boring and so repetitive. They ask the exact same questions over and over and over again. And I feel bad for the actors, because it's like, okay, they get asked the exact same questions. They don't really get to talk about, like, their craft, or, like, it's so rare that there's a question that they're, like, surprised by or that they haven't heard. And I just, like, I'm like, no, get me in a room with them. We'll get into it. Give me a couple hours, in fact. Let's actually break down Sophie and Benedict's characters individually and then as a couple. Come on now. I can do it. We can do it. We're like this. When I hear them actually talk about their characters, I'm like, well, yes, I think the same thing. So I feel like it would be something that fans appreciate, and also that the actors would appreciate, having someone that, like, knows more about it. Because obviously, like, a lot of journalists, their job is so broad. They're not, like, necessarily even a fan of Bridgerton. They don't really watch it, or they watch it casually. They're not, like, you know, they're not really thinking of, it's not living rent-free in their minds like it is like mine. So they don't have all these questions, you know, they're just kind of like, well, how was it being the lead? How are those intimate scenes? Awkward? You know, like, it's just very generic questions. So I would love, and as Benedict and Sophie, as Offer from a Gentleman is my favorite book, I would love to talk to them about the book. I would love to talk to them about their relation. I would love to talk about them. I would be so good talking to that cast, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, you got to meet Hyacinth. Did you ask her to hook you up, girl? You know, I did get to meet Hyacinth. She was super nice. That was super fun. And I didn't in the moment. However, if things go correctly and well, there might be something that I get to do as a result of meeting her or seeing her new show at South by Southwest. So even if not, I am going to talk about that show, because I actually really loved it, and I was, like, so glad that I did, because obviously, like, I went mostly, although it did have a really good cast. Jim Sturgis and Teresa Palmer, hello, icons and legends. Warm Bodies and One Day, the movie, hello. But I mainly went, you know, because I was like, okay, Florence, period, let me support Florence. But it's really lucky that I actually loved what was there, rather than just, like, having to pretend that I liked it because, you know, I want to be nice or supportive or whatever. Like, I loved it, and I think y'all are gonna love it. If you like, well, I can't even get into it, but yeah, so I might, fingers crossed, I might get to do something cool with that, and I really hope that I do. But she was super nice. We talked for a little bit, like, I forget, I don't even remember everything that we said, but she was nice, super normal, you know, very, just like a normal young girl, and she was beautiful and very kind and funny, and I think, you know, we had a good banter back and forth. I think she thought I was funny, or she was just being polite, who knows. What songs would you like to be covered in Bridgerton season 4 or future seasons, like Eloise's season? Francesca, I need to think more about that. That would be a good one to make a playlist for, something like that. I mean, I think a lot of people have said Good Luck Babe for Francesca's season. I get that. I see the vibes. I do think Enchanted would be great for Sophie. And Benedict, like, come on. Enchanted as they meet? Give it to me now! Give it to me, please. Hello, Sammy. Have you been to Toronto? No, I haven't been to Canada. I've only been out of the country once, and it wasn't to Canada. I want to go to Canada. My sister's boyfriend is Canadian, and she just recently went to Canada and was talking about it, and I was like, I need to get to Canada. What are we doing here? Like, take me to Canada. Yes, do a live hair tutorial from wet to styling. I just might. I just might. You know what? Twist my arm. Absolute trio from heaven. You deserve to be there. Thank you. Sammy, would you date David? Oh, how do you say his last name? From X-Files. Let me look him up. I mean, I'm sure he's much older than me, I think. So probably not. But I'm sure he wouldn't date me either, so. I do need to watch X-Files, though. Yeah, he is who I'm thinking about. I do need to watch X-Files, because I know him and Gillian. Is it Jillian or Gillian? I forget. It's Gillian Anderson are great. You ready for Francesca's season in 2030? Yes. I will be waiting. I talked to Florence about that, too, because I was like, girl, when it's your season, and she was like, yeah, hopefully, tell them. And I was like, oh, I'm spreading the good word, sis. Don't worry about that, queen. When you get your season. She was so funny about that. Bridgerton has absolutely taken over my mind. I mean, relatable. Imagine this Friday, Ariana Deluxe comes out, and one of the secret features is Jonathan Bailey. I mean, I would be surprised. But, not me getting an email about business stuff. Agree about the media questions. We know you would ask the questions we want to know, and the actors would appreciate. Yeah, I agree. I'm really looking forward to seeing Mixtape. You should be. It's genuinely very good. It's genuinely very good. And very much, like, in my lane. It's my bread and butter. It's my exact type thing. That's so cool you got to meet Florence, and I hope you get to move forward with whatever you said might come from it. Me too, girl. But yeah, she was nice. I'm wondering if I'll do a video about that or not. I don't really know. But yeah, we had a good conversation. Talked for a little bit. And got a picture, which I did post. I really didn't want to ask her for a picture because I was like, I don't want you to feel obligated to, but I was like, I can't like meet her and then come to y'all and say, I met her and not have proof. Like that just didn't, I was like, I can't do that. So yeah, she was very nice. It was a good conversation. Sammy, what's one scene from Offer from a Gentleman that you're hoping is shown in the show? That's a great question. I need to reread it soon. I mean, really anything My Cottage would eat. I would like to see Nursing Back to Health. I just would. What can I say? I'm a sucker. But I feel like, what are the, like, big iconic ones that I feel like they've already confirmed some iconic ones. They'll do some version of the lake. But yeah, I mean, it's Nursing Back to Health. A lot of My Cottage stuff I just would love to see. And I don't think I'm going to. And then I would like to see some version of, like, the climax of, like, their big kind of fight. Because I love Sophie's dialogue in that. I don't love Benedict's dialogue in that. So they could change that. And they could make that really good. And it could be so tense and so painful and so heartbreaking and so heart-wrenching. Like, that could be so good. And I agree, it'd definitely be great to interview the cast. You're already a voice for the people and very dedicated. Yes. I think the last scene of Bridgerton is going to be Violet with all her grandchildren, and it's going to be insane with all those children. Maybe. I wonder if Regé-Jean Page will ever come back. Get Phoebe Dynevor back, by the way. How dare they? Ugh. But if Regé ever wanted to come back, I think that would be super fun if he ever just came back. Even just for a second. Like, maybe the last season. Well, what kind of convention was it? Because I've been to ones that do Q&A panels and phone/autographs, and either way, I'm sure she didn't mind. She seems very nice. No, it definitely wasn't like she was very nice, and it wasn't, there were other people who took pictures with her, but we were like having a one-on-one conversation, so and we weren't really talking about, we were talking about the show, we were talking about lives, and, you know, if she'd been to Texas. She was asking if I had been to South by. Like, it was an actual real life conversation, so I didn't want to, like, interrupt that or make it feel like a, you know, like a meet and greet or something like that, because we were just talking. I didn't want, you know. But it wasn't actually abnormal to ask. There were other people doing it, and she was very, yeah, it was no problem. Girl talking about the One Day movie. The actor who played Ian is in an Apple TV show called Trying. It's a cute slice of life comedy about a couple trying to adopt. So cute and quirky, 100%. I think I watched a few episodes of that. I can't remember. I definitely watched some of that before. But I will finish that. I will circle back around to that. What do you think about Simone talking about filming with all the girls a few weeks ago? I was so excited, hoping to see ABC Wives interacting next season. They better have ABC Wives interacting. Okay? They better. That's what I want to see. I don't know that even happened in the book, but that's what I want to see. That's, like, top priority for me. Did you tell her you're a Bridgerton content creator? Or maker? Kind of. Sort of. I think I said, what did I say? I said I'm a Bridgerton, like, I'm obsessed with Bridgerton. And I think I did say that I have made some videos about Bridgerton or something like that. But I didn't, like, explicitly, you know, say that, directly to her. I don't know, maybe I should have, but I just, yeah. I just didn't want to, I don't know. It just wasn't really the vibe in the moment to me. To be like I could have approached it from a more business mindset, I guess. I could have been like, hey girl, interview, but it was just a regular talk. Just got out of class. How are you? Missed you. Thank you, Jasmine. How was class? Okay, yeah, that makes more sense, but that's even better because you got to have a nice conversation and a photo. Yeah, no, we talked for, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes probably, and then I talked to her co-star just, like, very briefly as well. So yeah, they were very nice. Have you seen Big Boys? It's really great. It's from the UK. No. What street? Where is it? Where can you find it? Oh yes, we need ABC Wives moment, like a version of the tea scene where Penn is trying to figure out who Sophie is from the book. We need something with the three of them. And if we don't, like, I genuinely will riot. Like, I will be... That's just is not okay. Do you have any favorite Bridgerton content makers? You know what's funny is I actually... I don't really watch a lot of other Bridgerton content makers. I think because I watch so much Bridgerton myself and then I make the content, I just don't really, but I do like to support them. So, like, I'll follow or subscribe to a lot of them, but I don't usually like watch everything all the way through or anything like that. I have listened to What a Barb podcast is good. I think maybe I could be a guest on that one time or something. That would be good. But they're similar to me in, like, analytics. They're even more so on certain details. And Full of Lit has been very nice. We've talked a little bit, like, personally. Also, Lady Genevieve has been very nice. I know everybody, you know, loves Ainsley Broom. I follow her. Yeah. I feel like those are, like, the big ones, kind of. Had an exam, was kind of rough, but finished with an 83%, so I'm cool. Period. Girl, you would be an amazing guest on What a Barb. Okay, how do we make that happen? Girl? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure... It's so funny. I'm like, well, if there's a Bridgerton podcast, I'm sure I could be on it. I don't even have to listen. If, you know, I'm sure I could... There's something that I could, you know, contribute to a conversation about Bridgerton. Yes, I love What a Barb and Ainsley too. Glad to see my socials are recommending all the right creators. Yes, yes, yes. You seen on IMDb that Eloise love interest is going to be in episode 8. What does that mean? You mean Philip? Or just a regular love interest? Random. Ooh, I think I have an ear infection or something. My ear hurts and I kind of can't hear. Period. I can't wait to see him again. He's so... oh god. I think their season's gonna gag. I really do. I see the vision clearly. And other people aren't believers, but I am. Thought that was an accident on IMDb. Wasn't there Reddit denying it? I mean, there could be. Who knows until the end, because even if he is on there, they could edit him out. He could not be in the final product. That could be people trying to save face. You never really know. But regardless, I do think that Eloise will probably be next, so it would make sense if Philip reappeared. I feel like they almost have to have Philip reappear in this season if Eloise is going to be next, because they have to like remind audiences who he is and the kind of history, and they have to start setting the groundwork for that. I love their book in the garden scene. Can't wait. It's been so long since I read that book, and I only read it once. So I definitely need to do a reread of pretty much all the books. But what I did see were those tweets at Romney Hall, so... I'm so sorry, that's so annoying. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm wondering how far through they are filming. Who knows? So many possibilities. Let me tell you, I would like to have a say in what the, like, promotion is, in, like, what type of interviews are being done, what type of photo shoots, what games are being played, you know, that type of thing. Have you seen a set designer posting a casket from the Bridgerton set, possible John or Marina death this season? Oh, I don't want John to die. I almost wonder if they changed the storyline with John so much that it's like Francesca didn't love him, it was compulsive heterosexuality, and she just liked him as a person and like connected to him, and it wasn't like romantic love. If they're gonna change it that much, I would rather them just, like, keep him alive then. You know what I mean? I'm like, just keep him alive then. And have him wind up not actually being in love with her or whatever. Like, have them be just bestie boos. And then she's with Michaela, actually. I guess people would be like, oh, but we don't want to hide that. But I don't know, I just want to find a way to keep him alive. Also, I think Eloise was so well casted, even if her personality isn't as accurate to the book. She's literally how I pictured, plus Claudia just elevates the character so much. My comedic timing queen. So true. Claudia is a gift. They are so lucky to have her, truly. They say filming's going to take another 3 months, as they started later than usual. Yearn did an interview recently and said they've started the 4th block. Okay. I do still think it'll be Elle season 5, and the big... in cliffhanger could be her disappearing from the final ball and the family finds the pressed flower with the letter. Could be something like that. I think someone will have an open marriage, Ben or Fran. Surely not Benedict. I really don't think they're gonna do that with Benedict. That would not be smart if they did. I don't even want an open marriage. I just want like a lavender marriage or something. Fuck it. You know, everybody's gay. Make John gay too. Why not? At this point, we're changing it so much. I'm like, I want to keep Victor Ali in the show. Don't kill off John. Come on now. Because I feel like the whole thing changes. If you change the fact that she didn't love him, then that changes everything about his death. Like, him dying is so intertwined with her love and romantic love for him. Like, that's the reason that it's as big of a deal as it is, and that it is as influential as it is. So if you take that part away, I'm like, might as well just take away all of it then. Are you into Gracie Abrams? I haven't really listened to her, but I definitely know some songs. Made it out alive, but I think I lost it. You know the vibe. Don't you know the feeling? Are you into, oh, hello. Francesca's season is going to be the season that's going to be the hardest to sell to the public, especially with the major change. I agree. I do think that one will be difficult, which is why I think they're going to do Eloise first. Or, I guess, if they wanted to do another strategy, they could do Francesca before Eloise to be like, oh, well, people still want to see Eloise, so they'll keep watching for Eloise. I don't know. Have you read any of the Colin AO3 fanfics? Well, of course. I mean, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Come on now. I don't remember any of them. Honestly, fanfics kind of go in one ear and out the other. Like, I don't, it's, but yes, I have. It's going to be very interesting how they change Fran's story, because a lot of the strife came from him being a man and taking the title, and then Fran, but they have a lot of wiggle room, so I'm excited. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Have you watched Outlander? No, I haven't, but I have considered doing it on the Patreon. Because if I could do it on the Patreon, then I could get through it quickly. And I know everybody's recommended it. I'm sure I would love it. I need to know your stance on what Paul and Baby is called. Personally, I'm Team Thomas. I have no idea. To be completely honest, I haven't thought about it at all. I'm not... well, what was the baby's name in... well, didn't they have a girl first? It was Agatha, right? Well, and then their second was Thomas, right? So I think they should just stick to the book names, right? But they didn't do that with Daphne, did they? Augie? I don't think Augie was one of the names that they mentioned, unless it was. I could be totally mistaken. Also, how's Francesca's story gonna end? Gay is not accepted. You've opened a whole can of worms. I think that they could easily just, like, retcon that. They could be like, oh, the queen now loves gay people, so gay is okay. That's like, it's like as easy and frivolous as that. I really don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue at the very end. It might be during the season, but like they're gonna end up being together and fine and happy. I mean, they still have time to backtrack to the compet aspect and make her strictly a bisexual woman who loved them both. Now, I would like either that or just keep him alive. You know? I really... I'm nervous about what they're doing with that, but we'll see. Nick wants it to be Elliot. I know. Do you think there will be more Canthony this season? I don't think there's going to be very much, frankly. Unfortunately, but I think there will be some, which, you know, I have to be grateful for anything. I have to be grateful for scraps. Girl, Outlander is going to blow your mind. I literally quote stuff from it all the time, quite literally my Roman Empire. Oh my god. What are you doing with the paintbrushes? Do tell. Oh, I'm literally just playing with them. Like, it's literally just a fidget. I just have my, like, thing of paintbrushes next to me, and I guess I grabbed them at some point. I don't even remember doing that. It's a shame Daphne wasn't in season 3. I know. I love Phoebe Dynevor so much. Get her back in there. Ugh, annoying. Franny's season would be the perfect season to bring back Reynolds. True. Yeah, didn't Hugh Sachs say he, like, wasn't dead or something? And I'm like, Queen Charlotte season 2? Are we doing that? Seems like no. I know they have a tendency, like you said, to resolve everything with one line by one person, but considering the time period, it really isn't... Is it really going to be that simple? I mean, yeah. I do. I mean, they're not really... Well, unless they, like, really want to get into it. Which they might, I guess. I could see it going either way, I guess. But this is not... I mean... Look, there are things that you would think they wouldn't be able to resolve that they resolve in 5 seconds in this. That really shouldn't be resolved in 5 seconds, and that's just kind of how it is. Because in order to get to the happy ending, they're just like, okay, fast forward, or whatever. And so they're gonna have a happy ending, I guess, is my point. However that comes about. Based on what Simone and Johnny said, it seems most of their scenes are with other family members, and we'll get little Canthony scenes. And you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm thanking my lucky stars for even that. You know, beggars can't be choosers is the truth of the matter. Okay, I think silver lining is there may be more family scenes. So true. I would love to see more family scenes, especially as the family, like, expands. Like, it's like, now we have Kate, now we have Penelope, you know, like, okay, in-laws, you know what I mean? Like, now they both have kids. It's a new generation of the Bridgertons, so I'd like to see that reflected. Do you think the brothers are going to beat up Philip when they find Eloise? No. I think they might, like, try and do something, and then Philip's going to be like, huh? What? Can we, I don't know, talk like people, like human beings, like adults? And then it's gonna be like a comedic beat. I guess Anthony could, like, challenge him to a duel or whatever. Again, actually, that would be kind of funny, running joke. But I don't think they're actually gonna, like, fight Philip. Philip's a lover, not a fighter. He would, you know, I think I could definitely see them being, like, heated and be like, you know, name your second, and then he's like, how about we discuss? How about we sit down and talk? And, you know, all the Bridgerton hot-headed boys are like, that's possible? We can talk through something? Something like that. I could see a beat like that. Do you think Gregory's love interest will still be kin to Danbury? So that's actually Hyacinth's love interest. That is Lady Danbury's grandson. And I don't know. I would like for them to bring in Lady Danbury's kids, actually. I'm interested in them. And how her basically, like, being an absentee mother affected them and all that type of stuff. And the only way that we're going to get grandchildren is if we get her children. So, I don't know, though. I think they might change that to, like, being a Mondrich relative. I could see them changing it to being a Mondrich son that winds up being with Hyacinth or something like that. And it not being Lady Danbury, but we'll see. I mean, it's still a while away. I wonder if in season 4, Benedict will, perhaps in a moment of vulnerability with Sophie, talk about how his father's death affected him. It surely must have been impactful. I would like that, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't hold your breath, because, like, one of the things that I do agree with, one of the critiques, and while I do think it's smart to focus on the trauma for Antony in particular with, Edmund and Edmund's death, they really kind of just, like, act like it didn't affect the rest of them. You know, like, Colin literally, has Colin ever mentioned his father? I don't think so. I don't even know that Benedict has mentioned Edmund. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see that affect Daphne in her thing, in her season, other than, you know, her being like, you were such a good couple. So, I don't think that that's, if it is mentioned, it'll probably be in reference to, like, him becoming the second son or like, something like that. I would like them to, because obviously a parent's death will affect every single child, but they kind of act like, it didn't really traumatize the other ones, just Antony. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that. Also, Gregory's story is going to be insane any way they do it, because some of the things he does is insane. That is true. They kind of already took from Gregory in season 2. I'm curious to see how they're going to work out the time frame from last season and finish with a baby, which means it took 9 months, which could technically is a new social season. That's true. But then they had a much older baby when we saw them, so well, maybe not much older. I don't know how old the baby's supposed to be. I don't know how old babies are and how old they look. The goodbye scene at the end of season 3 showed how the cast is shrinking, and it made me a bit sad. Hope we'll get a couple of episodes with everyone before the finale. Here's hoping. Yes, I agree. Family scenes are so fun. Also, speaking of expanding family, what about Colin / Canthony having second child? I think Portia and Colin both smiling as she pinched his cheeks was telling. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually Polly Walker pinching Luke Newton's cheeks rather than them in character. But, I mean, it's possible. Do you hear that? Oh my god. Anthony and Benedict are much closer in age. There's a larger age gap between Benedict and Colin, so both A and B would have known their father better / had more memories of him than the rest. That's true. There is a possibility. I mean, I think they should. Honestly, I think they should talk about, you know, they should dive into all of that for all of them, but it's just, they just focus on different things. There's only so much time. Baby clearly isn't a newborn. Yes. Are you going to do 7 and 8 YAP session? Looking forward to them. Yes, I am. I promise they're coming. Maybe something to do with this decision to quit his art. Maybe some kind of flashback to his father counseling him and pursuing his passions. Or maybe about not worrying about the opinions of others and being courageous to live a life genuine to oneself. Something like that. How do you think Ben and Sophie might bond or relate over this? How do you think Sophie will receive it? Or what might she share about her own background / perspective on the topic of parents? I mean, I think it's actually like it wouldn't be a point of connection. Well, I guess the death of a father could be. But for the most part, I mean, there's hair in my mouth. Their familial experiences have been so drastically different that I think that's what they'll focus on rather than the similarities or the things that they've shared. I wouldn't be surprised if actually, I do want him to like unpack his trauma and for Sophie to like help him with that. But I wouldn't be surprised also if at some point they talk about it and he's kind of like complaining about his family and she's like, girl, you have a family. Like, you're so lucky to have a family. You don't even understand how lucky you are. And checking that privilege a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that is kind of an element at some point. Do you think the majority of the season is going to be in the country? No. I wish it was. I wish they would stay in my cottage, but I do not think they're going to. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let me... I was watching Picture This. It's still on my fucking computer. Oh, damn. Simone's busting it down. Okay, period. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I wish it was in the country. I just don't think they're bold or brave enough to do that, and I think they rely too much on kind of the structure and framework that the Ton provides. And it would be a big change, so it's a pretty big risk to like actually do that. I think maybe they'll spend half an episode or an episode in my cottage, which is crazy because they spent so much more in the book. But, and oh, also in the like teaser thing that they gave, I did start like mapping out locations and trying to figure out timeline stuff, and I might do a video on that, so we'll see. But from my sleuthing, it kind of appears that they'll be back very quickly. Do you think Benedict and Sophie will have a wedding? They better. Their storyline doesn't lend itself to that at all, because they really are... If anybody needed to be waiting until the very last minute, it would be them. So they really shouldn't get married until the very, very, very end. But they better, even if it's just a flash, like, they have to show that. They cannot disrespect them like this again, because they made a huge mistake not showing the Canthony wedding. Huge mistake that I, for one, will never forget. So they have to. Nice lip color. Thank you. It's new. Thank you for noticing. Is the social season based in autumn? I think, which I know how in the heck did he gets, wait. Colin was away for 4 months. I think, how in the heck did he get so sturdy in 4 months, let alone travel to 17 cities? Who knows? Superman. I hope we get a wedding for the epilogue, at least. Yes, that's what I said. I said at the very least, make that the epilogue then. If what you have to do is the, like, 2 minutes that you do after it goes to black, then make it their wedding. I mean, the optics of the woman of color not having their own weddings would make them look worse. Yes, it would. It certainly would. Yeah, I think... Well, and I almost am, like, tempted to be like, well, I don't want Canthony to be the only one without a wedding. You know what I mean? Like, I think in my mind, I'm like, okay, fan compilations where it's like, this wedding, this wedding, this wedding, and then, just Canthony's missing, and that pisses me off, but I guess I would rather them right the wrongs and just, do it for everybody. I traveled to 13 countries in Europe across 2 months, but I also live in a time period with much more advanced travel methods. That is so true. That's crazy. That's a lot. But yeah, I hadn't even thought about the travel. Yeah, it would take forever to get places. That's so crazy. But I guess he was going to cities rather than countries, so who knows? Still would take a while. Okay, I probably need to get off. So, any last questions? Anybody? Last call. Oh, God, I really do think I have an ear infection, maybe. And I don't know that I've ever had an ear infection, so... You did that in college? That's crazy. I haven't been anywhere. Ugh. Did you end up watching Harlots? I watched The Great and loved it. Oh, I'm so glad you watched The Great. So good. Oh, I missed The Great. I actually haven't even seen the latest season, but then it got canceled, which is so annoying. Of course it did. Of course they've canceled it. I think I've seen like an episode of Harlots, but I really haven't had time since the last time. So no, but I trust you. Your time will come. Get that passport ready. Perhaps London? Perhaps England? Perhaps a tour? Perhaps a set tour? Oh, God. Have you seen Miss Scarlet and the Duke PBS? No. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't, like, conjure it to mind. PBS? Get out there and travel. I was in Europe for 9 days this month, and ouch, but do it. I know I need to. I've only been out of the country once, and that was a long time ago now. So. Mystery romance. Well, I love a mystery and I love a romance, so can't go wrong there. We're manifesting it for you. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. There's a lot of period... Oh, I know there's a lot of period dramas on PBS. I just haven't really watched them. But maybe I need to... Maybe that can be a series or whatever. Diving into PBS. Period dramas. Period romances. You seen The Residence? Shonda Rhimes' White House murder mystery. No, but I do plan on watching it. I'm a third culture kid, so I love traveling. It's life altering. I know. I bet it is. Me, I'm like, I bet. Poldark. Poldark is so good. I have heard about Poldark, and I know who the leads are. Of that. Miss Eleanor Tomlinson. Hello. Angus Thonks and Perfect Snogging. Let's go. And then the lead of that is, I know, in Rivals now. Which I still haven't watched. I've been meaning to watch. Ugh. But the great leading man left Miss Scarlet not as good. Girl. I went to Italy, but that's the only time I went out of the country. Pics of Luke and Nick and Verona, where I was, makes me so happy. Yes, definitely manifesting your London trip. Period. I think I would love England. I think I would thrive there, actually. separate and aside from Bridgerton related purposes. Poldark was all the rage at the time. Yeah, I have heard about Poldark, but I haven't actually taken the plunge in. I think I actually might have started watching like the first episode and then got distracted or something. Something happened, but I still haven't seen it. But seeing the pair of them was enough for me to be intrigued. I was like, okay, I see the vision. I see the vision of the couple. I can get behind this. I saw your picture with Florence Hunt. Yes! Yes, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah, I met her. She was super nice. We talked for a little bit. Super normal. Cool. Very beautiful in person. France, Spain, and Morocco, 2 weeks. Book it. Girl. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? Do you know how to watch that? Couldn't figure out how to watch it. Her new movie. So Florence Hunt's new project is a TV show, and it hasn't come out to the general public yet. But I will be reviewing it and hopefully talking more in depth about it in the future. Perhaps someday they will recast the Duke. I just miss Daphne's character in the show. I still think they could bring Daphne back without the Duke 100%. Like, we all know what happened. We don't need a constant explanation of like, oh, well, the Duke is busy or whatever. Like, we can have Daphne there and just like have it in our minds that, you know, we know the Duke is still, they're still together, it's still fine, but like, we know what happened. So I don't think people are like, oh, but they need to explain why he's away every time she's on screen. I just don't think that's correct. They say it's cheaper to film outside of the US once you finish your studies. It's time to buy that ticket. I know, you're right, I know. I'm just a scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cat. What can I say? Although I have been much more adventurous, just within my own turf recently. I agree. I don't know what the issue is. He's a duke. He has responsibilities. He can't drop everything every time Daphne needs to return home to her family. Yeah, I mean, we can just, it's enough to just know that they're like, they have their happily ever after. Like, we don't need to see him. We know that Reggae's not there. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I totally think she can and should, and I hope she does get back in the show. I would love to see her. Will you be getting into Outlander? I think you'd love it. Yes, I think I'm going to do that on the Patreon, because that would be much easier if I could do it on Patreon, but yeah, I think enough people have said they'd be interested in watching it with me that I think it's worth it. I agree, it's sad she wasn't at Pauline's wedding. Yes, I know. Which again, that's another thing you kind of have to, you're like, okay, well, she was off camera. It's kind of the like vibe, you're like, okay, sure, she was there. We just didn't get to see it, but yeah, I just love Phoebe so much. I love her so much. I think she's great. And I miss that element. Oldest sister. She'd be great for Eloise's season, I think. Honestly, I'm fine with Reggae being gone. Do you, boo? Yeah, no, I hope he's, I mean, whatever he needed to do, like, I was never, like, people are weird about it. I was never, like, mad. But I just think, like, in adjusting to that, I don't know why it has to be that she can't be in it, in some people's minds. Because if I could still have her in it, even without him, I would certainly choose that. Yeah, and it was missing, because she and Colin were close in the show and in the book. It was, yeah, bummer. I wish they would have just gotten her, even just for that one episode. Oh, come back, Phoebe, please. Well, because again, I know they're trying to expand the world, but it's like, it is Bridgerton, after all. Like, why don't we, like, you know, get some scenes with the whole family again? Get the gang back together. But yeah. Okay, I need to go now. Oh my god. So sorry. Duke and I epilogue with Daphne falling asleep and Colin trying to prank her, but Penn stopping him is forever my fave. TBH, like, you're grown adults. I know. I would love moments like that. We need her back. Get Phoebe back. Bring her back to us. Bring her home to us. Come on. I petition for that. I sign off on that. Canthony videos coming. Love your take on all things Bridgerton, and I would love to see your Canthony vids. Would you, though? Would you? I don't know, guys, because here's the thing. Canthony's my favorite, but season 2 is my least favorite. And I just think that would get a lot of people mad at me a little bit. But I have definitely considered doing Canthony. I definitely will do like a Canthony relationship analysis at some point, at the very least. And I think I will do an overall like review of season 2 to talk about my issues with it, just to like, you know, put it out there, because it's like I keep referencing it, but I haven't been able to like do a full thing on it. But people have asked talk about season 2, and I'm like, I have a lot of issues with season 2. I don't know that you want me to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I think you want me to talk about it, but if I really talk about it, you would not be happy with what I have to say. So, it's weird that Canthony wasn't at Fran's wedding. Yes, it was. Phoebe has said she'd want to return, but they haven't called her up. Come on, Shondaland, we miss Daphne. So true. So much hair. We need bloopers from season 3. Yeah, that'll probably happen around when season 4's airing. I agree with you. For me, it's like Pollen is my fave, but the timing of the Lady Whistle Down reveal ruined a lot of stuff for me, but I love it anyway because it's Pollen. Yes, I will be doing a season 3 Ep 7 Yap Sesh soon. But you love season 2 the most, right? What if I told you I loved season 2 the least? By far. What if I said that? You know? I feel like people are going to turn on me. I'm like, what if I spoke my truth? What if I spoke my truth? I don't think people are going to like it. And it's so bizarre. I don't know how they managed that, because they're still my favorite couple. How's it my least favorite season? It doesn't make sense. But that's, in my opinion, for me, that's how badly things were fumbled. That season is, like, devastating to me. Low-key. Kisses from Brazil. I love your style. Keep the good work with the Bridgerton videos. Thank you. Please talk about season 2. I'm scared. Really, I thought you said on one of your lives it is your favorite. No. No. Absolutely not. I would never say such a thing. They're my favorite couple. But season? Ooh, goodness gracious. But I will do Canthony videos and Antony videos. For sure. And if you're on my Patreon, I mean, you will see some of that, because I did do a full rewatch from season 1, episode 1. Oh, I didn't watch Queen Charlotte. Maybe I should watch Queen Charlotte on my Patreon. I am going to do a season 3 rewatch somewhat soon. Probably once I stop making videos for season 3. But I did react to season 1 and 2 or rewatch on my Patreon, so I mean, some of my thoughts are in there, for sure. Not the most articulate or organized, but I mean, especially my reaction to episode 6. I saw a clip from that the other day and I was like, oh my god. But season 1 is my least favorite. So much to unpack about why. Interesting. Season 1 might be my favorite. Do you think they were limited due to COVID? I mean, maybe, but that's not the problem that I have. Problems that I have with it. So interesting. Everybody's got a favorite. Everybody's got a least favorite. But yeah, I'll do some videos about Canthon. I'll definitely do some videos about season 2. I just don't know how many. And I might do videos just solely about, like, Canthony's relationship, like, analyzing that, rather than talking about it within the context of season 2. But I probably do need to do a video at some point just talking about all my issues with it, so I just have that to refer to, where it's like, okay, here it is, because every time I talk about season 2, I'm like, and then I haven't really been able to get into it fully, except for a little bit on my Patreon. I have hints. Okay, I am gonna go... I was gonna say go to bed. Maybe I will go to bed. I am tired. But thanks so much for talking. Hope this is a little bit of content to tide you over. I promise things are still coming. And I feel like since it's so different from the book, if you did another book versus show, that'd give you good space to talk about both sides. That's true. That's true. And I do want to do a biggest differences between Romancing Mr. Bridgerton and season 3 also. So I have so many Bridgerton videos still in the works, and I have so many videos about so many other things too. And I'm working really hard, and I'm trying really hard. And I promise, it's still, I haven't forgotten. I'm still working. And I'm very busy on other stuff, but they're coming. They're in the process of coming to you. So I hope that this little live maybe tided you over and you were able to ask some questions or talk about some stuff that you've been wanting to hear me talk about. I know it's been a while. But much more to come. Okay? Bye!